Welcome to the Midwest. My name is Jesse, and today we're going to be talking about cold training and colds and flus. What do I do when I catch a cold or a flu, and maybe I'm doing Wim Hof method, maybe I'm doing cold training and just in general, maybe I'm doing some other method that includes cold training. Let's talk about it today. Welcome to the Midwest. My name is Jesse. Today we're talking about colds and flus and Wim Hof method, cold training, any of those things, anything that involves cold exposure. And so today I want to talk about that. One of the things that I often hear is we have all these tricks and things to try to avoid catching colds and flus. And that I understand it. I hate whenever I come down with a cold or a flu. But you have to understand that coming down with a cold or a flu doesn't mean you have a bad immune system. It doesn't mean you are, you're out of alignment in some kind of crazy way or something like that. It literally is just a healthy reaction to a biological intruder. You have a rhinovirus, you have a bacteria, you have something in your system that shouldn't be there. And so you have an incredibly beautifully and just a wonderfully elegant immune system that is doing what it's supposed to do. It reacts, and yes, the symptoms suck, but it is what it is. And generally, for me, I find that I don't come down with colds and flus very often anymore. I used to come down all the time, and I changed my life, I changed my habits, I've done a lot of things, but still, occasionally I'll come down with a cold or a flu. And usually it's because I have overstressed myself, underslept myself, and overwhelmed myself, allowed things to happen, or hey, life happens too. If you have kids, or if you are a person who helps a lot of people, or if you're a person who has a crazy schedule, there are things you just can't help. And your kid brings home whatever virus from daycare or school or wherever, and you haven't gotten much sleep, and you're maybe extra stressed out about some kind of thing going on, and it happens, okay? It happens. So when this happens, if you are a cold trainer or if you're a Wim Hof method practitioner, you should cease the use of cold exposure. You should not do cold exposures when you've come down with a cold or a flu. And generally, what I say to this is, if you are, and you should know that you've come down with a cold or a flu. There's sometimes whenever we're just being paranoid, or we're like, I had a little sniffle, and all it is maybe a little irritation because maybe the air is dry or something like that. Typically those things are not going to be a big deal. But if you've come down, hey, you know what? I'm sick. I've got a cold, I've got a flu, I got a sore throat, or whatever it is. Then the smart thing to do is to cease all things that stress you. Cease everything that costs energy, because what you want is to allow your body to spend all of its energy fighting the virus or the bacteria or the intruder of whatever kind it is. And so right now it's not that cold outside. It's one of those annoying chilly days. It's like 50 degrees out, which is this much Celsius. And so it's not really cold outside. But the thing is, if I were cold, if I had a cold or a flu, I would want to, stay very comfortable. I would want to rest a lot. I'd want to stay away from caffeine. I'd want to stay away, if I can, I'd want to sleep as much as I can. I would want to try to drink as much water as I can. Basically, I would want to try to focus my immune system's ability, focus my body's ability to fight off intruders on that intruder, rather than focusing my energies on anything else. So not just cold exposure, but all other things that cost energy. Now, having said that, I still go and I will lift weights whenever I'm sick, but I'm not doing my cardio that day, and I'm probably not going to be upset if it's not a stellar workout. So I still try to get the blood moving. I still try to keep in the swing of some of the basic things, but things that are what I would consider an extreme stressor, like I'm not going to take ice baths if I catch a cold. I'm not going to go on a snow walk whenever I catch a cold. And what's awful is if I catch a cold and there's snow on the ground and I'm like, oh, it hasn't snowed yet this year. This is the first snow. I got to get out there. But I have to have the self-discipline to say, no, that's going to draw out this cold or flu. Maybe it might even make it worse. I might get an infection or something like that. I'm going to just relax. I would say chill, but I'm going to say relax because even puns are too stressful when you're sick. So if you've caught a cold or a flu, it's okay. You're not going to ruin all your results. It's just like the gym bros. I know a lot of gym bros. And it's just like the gym bros who believe if they take a week off or a month off even of training in the gym, that all their gains are going to go away. You're not going to have that happen. So if for some reason you come down with a cold or flu, just take some time off, wait till you're good and strong and ready to go, and then ease your way back into cold training. You'll be back to normal cold training in no time. All right, guys, I hope that helps. If you have any further questions, please leave them in the link below about this particular topic. I know sometimes there's nuanced questions that maybe I might overlook, but I'll try to take a look in the little box down here. If you'd like to get my guide to cold training, I do have my ebook right down here. I will take you all the way from your first cold shower all the way to doing snow angels bare-chested in the snow. So take a look at that. It's at the link below. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And don't forget to go out there and be nice to people. Oh yeah. Okay. Pretty sweet snow angel.